France have, of course, been dominating headlines in the French press. Nick Rushworth has been leafing through the newspapers for us this morning. Hello there, Nick.
Hi to you, Catherine.
And yeah, tell us about some of the dominant stories that are coming out in the headlines.
Well, it's a hammer blow of a defeat, isn't it, for the socialists? And what we've got, a historic success as well for the Front National, the National Front, the far-right party here in France. Let's go straight away to Libération, the left-wing daily, the main left-wing paper here in the country. And it's a bit, what do you think, Catherine? It's peur sur les villes.
Alarm, it's fear in the cities.
Exactly. Yeah. It's alarmist almost, isn't it? Saying, basically, beware, watch out, the Front National, the far-right, is going to take over the country. There, its message is blunt. This is not possible. Of course, the socialists in their whole campaign, which they'll be spelling out this week, has been you must put a block on the far right to get any mayoral places at all. But they've already got one, haven't they?
Yes, absolutely. Outright win in the first round in Ambourmont, which we've been talking about. So sticking with the Libération, their line perhaps more about disaffection with the national political picture rather than them thinking people in France are turning much more to the far right.
Editorial we've seen there, Défiance, which is the editor in Libé, which translates as distrust, mistrust. And it is saying just that point. This is all about a real indictment of French politics as a whole. Yes, there's been a surge in support for the far right, but what we've seen is 2 years of the Hollande government getting the thumbs down, basically. Let me go to the right-wing press. Le Figaro has got this front page showing François Hollande looking slightly worried and concerned as he voted yesterday on Sunday. Now, there, le désaveu is disavowal. That translates really, doesn't it? The message there is saying, no, we do not support you, Mr. Hollande. We don't give you the okay for what you're doing and how you're running the country. Its message is that, yes, it's a blow for the socialists, but watch out the right-wing UMP as well next Sunday, because the runoffs with Marine Le Pen doing so well could be frightening for them as well. Let me go to another right-wing paper. It's L'Opinion, and again another striking front page. That's La Punition, punishment, with his head bowed there, very strikingly, Hollande. It's saying, well, basically, he just never reacts to things. Is he going to react this time? He's got to react to what's happening now.
OK, so we've looked at the left-wing paper, the more right-wing papers. What about one of the national papers that's seen as being a bit more neutral?
Well, this is Le Parisien aujourd'hui en France, which sort of occupies that centre ground. It's a populist paper, isn't it, really? What most people read in the streets and the cafes around the country without having a bias politically there. The French have expressed their anger here. Their rejection of Hollande is scathing and severe. One of the stories on that 2-page spread there, you can just see it in the corner if you look very closely, is Hello, ici le Titanic. Hello, this is the Titanic. What happened on Sunday evening? One of the politicians close to Hollande picked up the phone at 9 o'clock in the evening and said, hello, this is the Titanic here. We're sinking. So, of course,
that's pretty stark
it
message.
is very stark. And the editorial in Le Parisien aujourd'hui en France is hammering that message home with one of the main factors we've been seeing in this vote, the first round vote, is about the abstention rate. There you can see the headline, Déroute, that means rout. And the quote there from that is, I thought was pretty good, which is basically saying the massive abstention, we've got 38.72% of French people not voting, is at worst a reflection of disgust and at best of disappointment. So what we're going to be seeing, Catherine, is a fantastic weeks of political campaigning.
Excellent. We can probably expect to see that continue throughout our press reviews here on Live from Paris as well. For today, thanks very much, Nick Rushworth. Back later on with a look at the international papers as well. For now, we're going to take a short break, but we've got plenty more news coming up for you in just a couple of minutes. And in our special focus report, China says it's shut down its forced labour camps. So why is forced labour still being used in so-called re-education centres? Our team in China has been to investigate.